Hello to my Saggies. All right, Sagittarius, let's get it. Let's get into your reading. Let's do it. Let's see what is going on in these spiritual and earthly streets, Sagittarius. Let's get it. All right, so we're moving towards a pink moon, right? So a full pink moon, and it's going to be in Libra, right? It's going to be in Libra. So this is really about balance, like healthy work-life balance, okay? Healthy work-life balance. So let's get into it. Let's get right into it. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. All right. Okay, let's go. To intensify psychic talents, Psalm 78. All right, Sagittarius, let's go. Let's see. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about auric layers, right? So to help you to hit a serious reset button, like a hard reset, not a soft reset, right? Where you just reboot. We talking about pull the plug out the wall, turn the computer completely off, talking about your body, so you can tune into source, the creator inside of you, right? Stop plugging into this resource, this person, the TV, the social media, the trying to get information from this person, and really go in and plug into source within yourself. Get some clarity from source, the creator, to intensify your gifts that you inherited, your spiritual gifts that you inherited. Some of you all hear things clearly. Some of you all see things clearly. Some of you all have vibrations, vibes. You just know certain things, but you won't tune in to the voice of your creator. You won't just, sometimes people just don't tune in. Some of you all have deja vu. You remember the future. Some of you all feel like you've been somewhere before. It's like, okay, I feel like I've been here before. Like, what is that, right? But won't sit down and for a minute and hit a reset button, right? So we'll talk about auric layers a little bit. So your aura is like an energetic calling card because it's the first thing that people sense when they meet you. But they can also sense when you've been plugged into other energies as well. They can sense that you've been talking to, been around other energies. Like that's not something you can hide. It's the first thing, you know. That's the reason why you have sayings like he or she has an aura about them, or he or she is glowing. It's something about you, right? It actually introduces you before you even open your mouth, right? So the 7 auric layers. Your aura is comprised of 7 layers called the subtle bodies that are directly connected to each other, connected to your chakras, right? Start out with a number 191, new opportunity. So make a positive change. Your angels are pushing you toward a change you need to make when you are excited about new opportunities and people coming your way. Good things will arrive. You are being encouraged to focus on the positives in a new situation and to look forward to the challenges that will inevitably come with them. Listen to a song that empowers you right now as you let yourself feel inspired and excited for what is to come. 191. For what is to come. So you're initiating going into possibly like hermit mode in a new beginning, right? So seeing how everything is connected for you. So you're seeing the beauty of going into hermit mode. So somebody is going into hermit mode so that you can really intensify your gifts. You're unplugging from everything. It's like I said, you're snatching the plug out the wall from your computer. And not literally your computer. I mean, your body is your computer, right? You're turning off the TV. That's the unplugging. You're resetting, a hard reset, right? So the first 3 are the closest to the body. That's the etheric, the emotional and mental subtle bodies represents the lower chakras in the physical realm, right? That's related to your root chakra. The first one is the root chakra. That's the etheric body, the first one. 1 to 3 inches off of your body, right? So it's primarily about your health and your tribe, as well as your beliefs about both, right? Like basically who you're hanging out with. People can tell who you're hanging out with, right? They know who your tribe is. They know who you connected to, right? Who your tribe is, right? Based on your beliefs. That's part of it, based on your beliefs, right? The second one is your, and that's connected to the earth, like your earth, like basically physically, like your physical body, like kind of where you hang out, right? What church you go to, what school you went to, what um, groups you may could be associated with or whatever. You obviously you ain't gonna know everybody you went to school with, right? You can have a yearbook and say, oh, you know this person, know that person, whatever. I went to that, whatever, or organization, whatever. To make people make connections, right? You grew up in what city, state, whatever. Oh, I know somebody. Let's see if somebody knows somebody from such and such, right? Right. So the second auric layer is emotional body. That's sacral chakra. That's it. It resides 2 to 3 inches off your body. It's related to the sacral chakra and all of your emotions, including unprocessed feelings from the past. This layer shifts as your mood shifts, right? This largest organ, your skin, right? Hugging people, cheek to cheek, kiss somebody on the face or lips or whatever. You working out with somebody. Y'all sweating, your hands, sweaty palms, whatever. It's the exchange of energy. All of that is energy. All of that is energy. So you could be absorbing other people's auric layer, and people are picking up on that, right? People are picking up on it. The third mental body, solar plexus, the mental body resides 3 to 8 inches off the body. It's related to your solar plexus chakra and all your mental processes, ideas, and judgments. So this layer is connected to both the conscious and subconscious mind. It will reveal any self-doubts or limiting beliefs about things, right? Right? So that fire can be used for good. It can be used for evil, right? Some people agree to disagree, and they move on quietly. They just move on with their lives. Some people agree and they disagree and they stay disagreeable. They don't close out the cycle. And they had that fire shut up in their spirit forever. Don't assume that every cycle that's closed out where people have moved on and people are holding on to anger and frustration and whatever. Not everybody close. So you're closing out a cycle. You right here, number 9, lets me know that you're closing out a cycle. And somebody going into hermit mode does not mean somebody is mad at you or that you're mad at them, because somebody they initiated going into hermit mode. That's for somebody to intensify their downloads. That's it. Right? That's it. You're a mutable sign, so you kind of go with the flow. So if somebody stopped talking to you, you may stop talking to them, but you can go assume something until you're in the auric layer of some people who are still holding on to the solar plexus. They got fire shut up in their bones. They're up there, have something unresolved. They mad. They see some kind of conflict. They see somebody as competition. You just happen to be in the same group or the same tribe, meaning you're still in the same geographical neighborhood, area, whatever. You make some connections, whatever. Y'all somehow are connected, and they sitting there talking, oh, I'm familiar with this, and this how they are. They go into hermit mode when they mad at people. They stop talking to people, and you're sitting there listening to this, which it could be a bold-faced lie. Source is saying to you, at a high frequency, this is right here, the crown chakra. Source is saying that should quickly leave your spirit. That's the source is saying it's something your psychic gifts are about to intensify. That's going to quickly leave your spirit, because everything on planet Earth is connected. It shouldn't take a phone call for somebody to say to you, oh, they were in hermit mode. That's just how they are. For somebody to go, oh, I don't know what I was thinking. That's right. I had to remember. That's just how they are. Somebody's saying it about you, right? To make a positive change. To make a positive change about something. Let's get into your reading. Yeah, so somebody is moving on. Spiritually and physically, somebody is moving. Somebody is moving. You could be moving. If you're moving, congratulations. But somebody could have been feeling like they were carrying the weight of the world on their shoulder and moved on and went right into hermit mode. Remember, time is relative. Age does not even really matter. Time is relative. Somebody could have felt like they were carrying the weight of the world on their shoulder and decided to move on. People communicate things differently. Some people go into hermit mode and they develop, a light turns on for them. Fire turns on from on the inside. Like source is communicating with them from the inside. Spiritually, they can gain clarity from the inside, right? Be it telepathy, be it automatic writing, astral projection, spiritualism. Remember, your sign rules ninth house. Ninth house is all about higher education, philosophy, law, religion, travel, ethics, morals, personal beliefs, and spiritual beliefs, right? So you're being called to a higher consciousness. This is number 9. So you're being called to your 10th house, which is what your purpose is, right? So Source is trying to help somebody learn how to move along before, like move on from something before you jump on a bandwagon, or other people jump on a bandwagon and have to bully you to move on from something, or before you see somebody else is being bullied. Something about making, like I said, recognize when people go into hermit mode. It's not because they're running from something all the time. Some people go into hermit mode because they feel like, okay, they need to process something. Like something is confusing for them. It could be like, okay, how come anything, like what happened on the job? They could be trying to process that. Who are we to say how long it takes for people to process things? So somebody is learning, you're physically moving, but you're learning how to travel light, not just in terms of what your moving truck looks like, but you're learning how to travel light spiritually. Like I said, this right here, 9 is hermit in the major arcana. So you're learning how to initiate maybe a conversation by going into hermit mode, like, to intensify your psychic gifts and talents, right? Yeah, without it being confusing. This is magician card, right? So you're ending something with a dark magician energy. Yeah, you're ending something with a dark magician energy who caused a bunch of confusion. Right? You're cutting them off. As you're going back through your memory, you're physically moving on from something that caused a bunch of confusion. It was 2 energies, caused a bunch of confusion, right? As you're going into hermit mode. You're going into hermit mode. There it is, hermit mode right there. See? Y'all see me shuffling the cards. But yeah, this right here is ruled by this planet. The magician card is Mercury. Mercury is not retrograde right now. It just went station direct not too long ago. But yeah, you're getting very clear messages, very clear downloads now. Very clear downloads. So somebody could be at a crossroad. Somebody could be at a crossroad in their lives as you're going back through your memory about something. About how when people go into hermit mode, and when they move on, something is coming back to your memory. Here's a temperance card. You're learning how to see something from a higher frequency. And that's what you have in common with somebody. So you're putting the past behind you, putting a manhole cover over the past. Somebody was lamenting over something. And so that's what you have in common. So yeah, here we have the hangman here. So all the sacrifices that were made. And then somebody was sacrificed, it looks like. Here we have the 12th house. So the 12th house is about spirituality. Here we have psychic abilities, healing, solitude, endings, world service, secrets, emotions. Right, so you're tapping into your gifts as you physically move. You're moving and you're moving on from something. You're moving and you're moving on from something. You have new opportunities headed your way. Yeah, so here we have the Justice card. So this speaks to relationships, just relationships overall, and just a healthy work-life balance. So again, you're not going to be an enemy to yourself by piling on work at home, or at work you're bringing personal issues into the workplace. You're not piling on all of that. So you're not You're keeping it balanced out by putting the past. So you're not bringing your past into your future. If it's over, close it out, cut ties with it, and move on from something. So the source is trying to tell you is like, don't bring it into the future, into your current conversations. Oh, this and that, and so on and so forth. You're trying to thrive. You're not trying to be in survival mode. Yeah, so wake up from the nightmare. Wake up from the nightmare. Stop talking about the nightmares. Wake up. That's what you have in common with somebody. It's like you're reviving the nightmares by continuing to keep talking about them. Keep bringing them up over and over and over again. That's what a lot of people have in common. They keep, even when you close out a cycle, you got new opportunities coming in. You don't want to keep reliving them over and over and over again. So you have a lot of things that talk about. Somebody is now tapping into your gift. Something is very nostalgic to you moving forward. Something I feel like somebody's going to be really tapping back into. Maybe something, some kind of creative gifts that you used to like to do when you were a kid. Something that you may have in common with somebody, maybe around pets. Maybe somebody had dogs. Something that you're going to be connecting with, as far maybe it's pets when you were a kid, that you may have in common with somebody that's going to help stop the nightmares. So, yeah. So something new you're creating when people are in a when you feel like somebody could be in. When two people could be feel like they're in a toxic environment, or when people could be kind of holding on to memories where it's it's causing a nightmare. It's kind of hard for them to sift through the past, getting some clarity from the past, and you're picking up, you're intensifying your psychic gifts. Like something about you in your energy will just know, okay, just what to say, just what to do. You're tapping into that part of yourself. People are going to feel very, very lucky to be connected to your energy, because you'll know just what to say. Here's the Knight of Cups here. It's almost like you come right in. It's like your energy just comes in and saves the day. You'll be able to pick right up on their energy because you're putting your past behind you, but you're also in tune with other people's emotions because of the environment that they're in. You'll just know what to say. You know exactly what to say. You'll know when to talk and when just to listen. When to listen. You'll know when to tell people to hang in there, right? When they could be apart from loved ones and not to be their own worst enemy. You'll know exactly what to say. So some new opportunities are coming across your path because the light came on for you and cleared up a lot of confusion for you when you were in hermit mode. And so you'll be intensifying your psychic gifts. So just adding structure and authority to your gifts. And leaving the past behind. You made a lot of sacrifices to create the future for yourself. You made a lot of sacrifices to move forward, to wake up from a nightmare. A lot of sacrifices. So, to relocate. Here we have the Seven of Pentacles here. So somebody made a lot of sacrifices to relocate. To save yourself. You made a lot of sacrifices. So I see your money growing. Here we have the King of Pentacles here. Yep. So you have enough information. You have enough information, and I see you have a wealth of knowledge. You have a wealth of knowledge at this point, right? And so it's about to be increased. It's about to be increased, right? So a decision has been made. Some energies want to invest in your education, like in terms of like you is really investing in your knowledge about something in this rebirth for you. Death, rebirth, and this rebirth for you. Because people see you as being very responsible, very creative. You learn how to save yourself. You learn how to put the past behind you. You've awakened from some nightmares, and people are gonna see that you've gone through some nightmares because of just the energy. You know, the your heart chakra. But that you don't have a hardened heart, but that you somebody had to make a very difficult decision to cut some energies off in order to thrive when people wanted you to be in the actual meaning of 10 of swords. That's the actual meaning when people wanted you behind closed doors to just not wake up for real. So that's what you have. That's what you have in common with looks like a lot of people. So congratulations on your move. Somebody is actually moving. So congratulations on your move. Yep. So yeah. You some energies. Let me see. Five of Swords here. Somebody's almost saying that your words are being used against you, or your words will be used against you, or something like that. Here we have the Five of Wands here. But something feels like home for you. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. We're going to keep the vibrations high. I'll even keep that out of the reading. I mean, because again, I don't want somebody to, like I said, you're a mutable sign, so we're going to keep any negative. We're going to keep that negativity out of your reading. Keep that negativity out of your reading. So, yeah. Anyway, Five of Pentacles here. Yeah. Anything that where people are trying to make you or someone else feel worthless, or trying to make you feel like you feel some kind of way about being left out of something or whatever, that has no place really in your reading. A lot of you all looking at your cards here, when you talk about your cleansing your auric layer, because this is what's really important, like cleansing your auric layer or clearing your auric layer. It's about balance and just how you approach it, right? The first, what you do is meditation and visualization. That's one. Smudging is another one, right? You can use sage, Palo Santos, cleansing herbs. Salt baths are also really, really good. Some people use Epsom salt, sea salt, or Himalayan salt. We also have sound healing, singing bowls, tuning forks, bells, or even your voice. Crystals, that's the name of this book here. Also, nature and grounding is another one. But some of the crystals would be like clear quartz, black tourmaline, amethyst, selenite is also a good one. And then Reiki or energy healing is also good as well. So yeah. Don't worry about people who are doubting you. Those energies want to just try to get in your head. We'll leave it out of the reading. Any energies that, like I said, you have enough information. Yeah, you have a world of opportunity that's headed your way. Window of opportunity coming your way, right? I see you traveling, meeting new energies. Something about what's coming your way is international for you. That's all that matters. Something coming your way is international for you. And those are the energies that you want to stay connected with. People who really are shining a light on, your strengths, you're intensifying your gifts, not energies who want to secretly overwhelm you, want you drowning in anything that could hurt you because they feel like it's their way or the highway. So, yeah. So they can look like they're saving you from something that they created, actually. So let's see what we got. Let's see what else we got going on here. So liberation. So somebody may see a dragonfly, but the doubts and fears still come up, and you don't believe anymore that they're you. You don't believe anymore that they're you. So they're not you, Sagittarius. They're not you. Something has been a long journey for somebody. Something has been a really, really long journey for somebody. I do see somebody getting married. I do see a partnership in business, a partnership in love coming across somebody's path. I do see you made a decision, no more dysfunctional relationships for you, Sagittarius. I see it's balanced out, healthy work-life balance. You're not putting more into your job than what you would put at home and vice versa. Something is very balanced for you. on this rebirth side, right? So I do see somebody getting a health checkup here. So um, during this moon, you're talking about kidneys, your bladder, your veins, your skin. You know, like your skin can also be like very telling. Like sometimes, if you have like stress, you know, like you have stressors where you just kind of like break out in hives, or like a person who is like, you know, your hair starts falling out or whatever, right? Stressed out, stressed out. Um, or if you're dehydrated, you know, if you're really, really dehydrated, your skin can be dry and flaky because you're so dehydrated. And I'm saying this because of this fire. Like, if you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, it absolutely can show in other parts of your, you know, your physical body. So, yeah. So, that is what I have for you. Hopefully, this has been helpful. Hopefully, this has been helpful. Stay hydrated. Like I said, everything on planet Earth is connected. Everything on planet Earth is connected. So, yeah, you're not getting into arguments with people. Something is over. You're moved on in love. I don't know who this is who's trying to argue with you, Sagittarius, or somebody's being used as a pawn in somebody's game. You're not getting into that. Like I said, somebody's trying to make you feel worthless. So you are good enough. You are good enough. Yeah. So when the moon moves through Virgo, we're not talking about any Virgos that you know. Virgo's symbol right here is the Hermit card. But when it moves through Virgo, you look at things through an objective lens, right? That you don't want to be attached to chaos, confusion, and drama. Stuff that you're already aware of. So I don't know who that part is for, but kudos and congratulations to somebody who is moving on from something. I don't know what you're moving on from, but so you're moving on from something. Let me see if there's anything else. I think this is it. I think this is it. Yep, I think this is it for you. All right. Exhausted. Yeah, you're recharging and regrouping. Somebody could have been financially drained. Something could have just drained you financially. And like I said, somebody feels like something was just their way or the highway. Unless they wanted to see you out in the street. I mean, just like I said, let's keep it high vibrational. Keep it high vibrational. Yeah, so success. You're on the right track. You're on the right track. So flexibility, be flexible in your methods. Looking at your cards here, I'm saying you're taking a vacation, going somewhere, just to recharge and reset and regroup. Here we have resources, use wisely, and we have guardian angel. You have a guardian angel for somebody new beginning, public face. You know, it's okay to be yourself. But yeah. Yeah, so that is what I have for you. Hopefully this has been helpful to you, Sagittarius. Hopefully, and I think this is it. Yeah, so hopefully the auric layer is helpful. We did do, like I said, heart chakra. That's typically 1 foot off the body. It represents our feeling of peace, love, connection to others. It'll reveal if we have grief or a hardened heart. That's the 4th auric layer. That's the astral body. The etheric template, that's the throat chakra. That's the 5th layer. That's extends 1.5 to 2 feet off from the body. It's related to the throat chakra. That refers to the spiritual blueprint that outlines everything that will manifest into the world through the etheric plane. So speaking things into existence. How, you know, ear, nose, and throat. How it sounds. How you hear it. How it smells, right? Like, you know, you hear people say, something don't smell right. It smells funny, right? Plan don't smell right, right? So anyway, so then the 6th is a celestial body, right? So 2 and 2.5 feet off of the body is related to the 3rd eye chakra. It's associated with higher perception and intuition, and the unconditional love for all beings everywhere, right? And so, and then we have the auric layer, the 7th auric layer, casual body, which is 3 feet. You know, it's related to crown chakra, right? And so just a deep sense of knowing and unity with everything, right? So again, you're not arguing with anybody because you know everything on planet Earth is connected. You want the best for everybody on planet Earth, as if you were speaking to self, right? So you don't want anybody to feel worthless. You don't want anybody to feel worthless. You want, as you're speaking to other people, is like telling people that they hold the key to their own vault door. So that is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. See you in the next video. Bye.